Hello, everybody, and welcome to issue 36 of the Geek Pop podcast. I am your host, Toby, and with me, as always, is Josh.
Hello, good Toby. How are you? How is it going?
Fantastic, Joshua. How are you?
I've been pretty good the past day or so.
Good.
Yeah, I had some lows this week. Back on my high.
Josh, this week has been a shitstorm for me.
Yeah?
A shitstorm of shit just raining down brown rain all over my face.
Speaking of shitstorms and brown, real quick before you launch into actual stuff, real quick question. I come to you sometimes with social inquiries about how to behave in different situations. What is the protocol for when you're in a bathroom stall and the dude's foot is breaching the plane of the stall wall when he's taking a shit? He's coming into your stall with his foot. What do you do?
You just lightly rub your foot on top of his until he moves it.
Was I being propositioned, is what I'm asking you.
Did he if he taps your foot 2 times, that means he wants to blow you.
So that he would have to contact me in order to initiate the gay sex.
Yes.
Okay, so if his foot's just hanging over there, maybe he's got a wide stance. Maybe just like, I gotta spread this out to get it going.
You gotta relax. You gotta get in the zone when you're gotta poop, Josh.
Here's the thing. This is why I don't poop in public. And I admire people that can. I don't poop in public because I got a wide stance. I gotta spread some things out. I gotta feel the room, right? So stalls are small. You know, you've been in stalls. They're pretty tiny.
They are small sometimes, Josh.
I'm gonna be that guy. Well, first of all, I'm that guy who always poops in the handicap stall if I'm pooping in public. Second of all, if I had to poop in one of those stalls, I'd be the guy hanging under the stall. But that's why I don't poop in public. This guy, he didn't give a fuck, Toby.
He was probably playing phone games. You can't stop that.
Maybe. Like, I rolled in the stall beside him, shut the door, like, turned around. His foot didn't move. He wasn't embarrassed. Whatever, man. That's my shoe. This is my pants. You can see it on my leg because it's all in your stall. It was weird. I don't get people, man.
You feel better now?
I feel, yeah. Tell me about your life, Tony.
Well, before I talk about the shitstorm that wasn't just Josh's rant about pooping... Josh, we were discussing something earlier in the week.
We discussed a lot of things. You're going to have to be more specific.
Of course, Josh. I'm just trying to steer the plane right now.
Okay.
Josh, if you and I were both on Survivor...
I'm going to point the plane into a nosedive.
It's headed downhill already.
Great.
It's like 90 degrees straight down.
Survivor.
You and me on the same series or season.
Okay, we're not necessarily in the same tribe?
No.
Are we on opposite tribes?
We'll say yes for the sake of this conversation.
Okay.
So, the show usually has 16 or 18 people. Sometimes it's like 20-something. And this is what we're going to do, Josh.
Okay.
Our season has 16 people.
Okay.
I'm on the one tribe. You're on the other tribe.
All right.
We both have 3 guys and 4 girls on both of our teams.
Okay, so even numbers.
Even numbers.
4 and 4.
What's your move to try to win Survivor?
Like, who do I ally myself with?
Whatever you want to do, because you came all fucking hard at me the other day about how certain people win and certain people don't. So we're going to talk this out together like friends.
Well, I'm not saying that I have a winning strategy. I'm just saying it sucks on Survivor. To move my point forward on the podcast. It sucks on Survivor that the person who, like, tries really hard at, like, maneuvering and doing all this, like, social engineering stuff, and he's in an alliance with everyone. It comes down to it, he obviously had to reveal all of his plans to get to the final 2, right? Everyone he screwed over is mad at him, so then he always comes in second place because of that. I think that's lame, because the other person who's always up there is like, I don't know, I like everybody. Like,
well, how else would you judge that show? Like, how would you pick the winner if there was going to be a real winner then?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying that the way they do it is wrong. I'm just saying that it always sucks because the one who, like, tried really hard and, like, played the Game of Thrones on Survivor doesn't end up winning the money. He's the one who has to sit there and look bummed when the girl he drug along because she was not a target ends up winning all of his money.
Josh, how the show goes 39 days.
Uh-huh.
How many days do you think you would last, either from getting voted off, which happens every 3 days, or just quitting because you're hungry and sleepy and want to go home?
I mean, let's be clear. Like, I'd be the first one voted out, right? I mean, I'm not a physical specimen, Toby.
But sometimes they have brain games. That's why it's always a toss-up. They have old people in there, Josh.
Uh-huh.
They have a person with one leg the one year.
Did he get voted off right away?
No, they're there for a while.
Because everyone felt bad, right? You can't.
I don't know.
Maybe that's why I'd last too. It's like, we can't vote him off. Like, clearly he's the one we would vote off, but like, we're gonna look like monsters. So here's the thing: if they wanted to keep me around for my smarts, like I think you would agree, Toby, I'm not a dumb person.
No, you're a dumb person, but
I'm not an unintelligent person. How about that? But that's not necessarily something I put on Front Street. I think I come across, my initial first impression is that I'm a dumb asshole.
I can see that.
So what I'm saying is that doesn't exactly put my best foot forward for Survivor.
But sometimes they want to keep the super douches. Because you want to keep the super douche until the end, because then you look better.
Well, but then again, maybe like I'm sweet. Maybe I don't play up the asshole angle, and I play up the I'm lovable. I'm everybody's friend, Josh.
I feel like if you built your tower on those cards,
yeah,
you would be out in like 6 days tops.
If I built the tower on being everyone's friend,
yeah. I know your game. This is my prediction of what I think you would
break
do.
it down.
If it gets too real, let me know.
Go on.
So I think that you would do that thing you do, where you try to instigate everybody else to like go after each other. And the first time one person got a whiff of what was really going on, your ass would be going so fast.
I love how well you know me. In that, literally, I don't know if I've told this story in the podcast or not before. One time that happened in high school where we had to write down things we liked about each other. Me and my best friend did it with everyone else in the class. And they were all everyone's thing about him was like really superficial and stuff like, well, you tell it like it is, haha. And everyone's about mine was like really glowing, like, oh, you're a super nice guy. And he got so mad because he knew that all the mean stuff he did was because I told him to. So I am the guy who like instigates. I'm the guy who like, hey, you should probably go tell that person this. And then they do it. So I would definitely do that on Survivor. You're totally right. I'm like, hey, I heard Tim said you didn't lift as many logs as he did. That guy's a fucker, right?
Listen, I walked over to Chris and he was eating like 2 extra scoops of rice. He was sneaking it behind your back. That's not cool, is it?
Like listen, I don't want to rat on anybody, but that rice is for everybody. I would totally do that, and I would get found out instantly. You're totally right. So I'd be like, that asshole over there just told me. Is that true? And then be like, no, it's not true. And then I would get caught. That's true.
Well, yeah, see, and that's why I'd give you 6 days. Or if your tribe kept winning, they couldn't vote you off.
Yeah.
I think they would just throw it after a while. They'd get so sick of your bullshit.
You think so?
That they would just throw one of the... that happens. They would just throw a challenge so that they could lose to vote you off and fix the tribe.
That's amazing. Dude, all right, you may have just talked me back into Survivor. I love the concept of, no, screw it. We're going to get this guy out of here.
The one I just watched, this week's.
They did?
They pulled some flim flams to get their own team to lose so they could vote somebody off.
Nice. No, here's my real strategy, Toby. You haven't hit on it yet. Here's what I would actually do. I'd wait for the first challenge where my team goes up against yours, and I would make eyes at you, and you would realize that we're soulmates, and we would form a cross-team alliance just from seeing each other. You'd be like, "Hello, is it me you're looking for?"
See, the fact we both of us sing the same song.
See,
it speaks volumes about a lot of things about us. I feel
it does. So I think from across the way, I could see you, and we would know. Me and you going all the way, right? And then
you would have to make it like 5 or 6 vote offs before we even could merge.
Yeah, I would. That's true. So,
and that's where the problem would
be. The subterfuge to there would be quite challenging for me. Yeah,
I think so.
What's your strategy, big man?
Well, I would just be the lovable, jovial person I am, and then get really pissed off if someone turned on me, and be the only person ever to freak the fuck out when they vote people out.
You would, yeah. Here's what it'd be. It'd be like Lovey Toby, everybody's best friend. Until one vote comes up for you at tribal council, and you'd be like, you would go on a tear. Who the fuck was it? You'd be like, you would hold the rice over the fire. Like, tell me, or we're not eating.
Someone did that before. They warned her they're going to vote her out the next time they went to tribal, so she snapped out and just dumped all the rice in the fire and burnt it.
That's incredible. I mean, I should write Survivor.
But no, like the first time I had a vote, like if someone tried to vote me out but I didn't go off, I would never sleep again. My fucking anxiety and overthinking would go so hard from that point forward that I'd probably give myself a fucking like...
You probably would, yeah.
Not a hernia. What's the brain one?
An aneurysm.
Thank you.
Yeah. See, intelligent.
I'd give myself one of those bad boys.
I'm too stressed. I can't catch any fish. It's just all going bad.
Well, between that and the fact there's fucking snakes on the island, I wouldn't sleep.
Jesus. Yeah, no.
Like assholes this season again. They're fucking, I'm hungry, let's go kill a snake. And they go, do it. I can't do that shit. I'd be crying in the corner. I'd be with the girls the whole time.
Yeah, I was going to say, me and you are not manly enough. Like, I know they're coddled on Survivor, but we're still not manly enough to go be coddled on Survivor. We would be so bad for us. Me and you need society to thrive. We really do.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically this will culminate when I got voted off. I would stand up and go, you are all fucking pieces of shit. I fucking hate you all. The rampage would start. Like, there's just so many curse words.
Double middle fingers. Go into Josh's tribe.
I try to move my hands real fast, try to get one past the blurs, even though it's not a live TV show.
Yeah. They're like, we're just going to cut all this out because you're a crazy person.
Yeah. So I guess that's our Survivor adventure.
Have you ever sent in a Survivor audition tape?
I always debate it, and then I puss out because I don't know if I could survive. Like, if I was going to do good, I don't know if I could survive, like, a little over a month living in the jungle.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, you could go and shoot for being one of the first ones voted off and just say, like, as your business, like, when it says, like, what you do, say you're a podcast host. Like, do it just for publicity.
They had that this year.
Oh, they had a podcast host?
Well, no, they had, it's a blue collar versus white collar versus no collar.
So
the no-collar people are all fucking hippies, but the one guy made so he first said his name. It said, like, YouTube star, and I was looking at this guy, and you know how much I watch YouTube.
A lot.
I was staring it down, and I was like, I don't fucking recognize this guy.
You're no star.
Yeah. Apparently he uploaded one viral video once. So he's considered a YouTube star.
That's lame.
Yeah.
Idiot.
I put videos up for like 5 fucking years now. In some shape or form.
I mean, I don't know if that says something good or bad about you, that you've been really going at it, and he did it once and nailed it right on the first try.
I mean, you've drugged me down for most of it, so it's really on you.
Yeah, I'm an anchor.
You are.
Can't weigh me down.
You sure are. But yeah, so I think that I'd probably cry and not make it very far.
In life. Not
in general.
On Survivor, yeah.
Josh, speaking of not making it far, are you ready?
I was born ready, brother.
March Madness has begun.
Oh my God, yes.
The first rounds are past us. How you feeling about your bracket?
Pretty good. I mean, like, it seems pretty competitive with yours so far. I mean,
yeah. I mean, we're not going to get first place. I don't think. Anymore.
No. Which I tweeted out. I told you it's hilarious seeing that. So my team name, my little bracket name is All Josh Does Is Win. It's really hilarious seeing that about halfway down a standings list, just smack dab average.
I think there's like 43 people, so Josh is floating at about 20 with me right now.
All Josh does is win, except for all those other 20 times when I didn't.
Yeah. So, but you said you have no horse in this race.
I've none. I mean, I'm happy when I see it that I'm like keeping up with you and I'm not doing terrible. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm not like cheering, and I'm not sad when I'm not doing well either.
Did you watch any of the games? Like, have you seen more than 5 minutes of college basketball last Thursday through Sunday?
No. The 5-minute mark was critical here, though, because I think I've seen about 3 minutes. So it was in a conference room at work. It was airing in a conference room at work. I went and sat in the conference room for a while and then realized, what the fuck am I doing? This is basketball and I'm bored. So I got up and left. Then I went to a guy's desk. He was streaming it at his desk. I watched maybe a minute more, and then I went to my desk and went back to work.
So you're hooked.
I'm so in, Toby. 100%. No, not at all. I have barely even registered on my radar that it's happening.
Okay. If you want to keep up with me and Josh, you just follow it at www.geek-pop.com. I've been posting the standings. But Josh, let me tell you about my March Madness this year.
Please.
This is what culminates in me telling you the other day, I swear to God, fuck my life.
And then you said, I'm saving it for the podcast.
Yeah, I was mad. I was really fucking pissed off, but I didn't want to waste this great content on just an IM. Great. So Josh, Thursday comes and goes. We're at Buffalo Wild Wings for 9 hours. I spent about $80. I had a lot of beer. That day was okay. All
right.
That was the kickoff that I wanted it to be. I was at home in bed by 9:30 that night because I was fucking exhausted from being out all day.
But like, all right. I'm not gonna sit here and judge your life choices, but I'm gonna let the listeners do that.
Listen, judge it one day at a time, because this story's gonna start building up real fast.
Let's start there. 9 hours at Buffalo Wild Wings, spent $80 on beer. I feel good about that day. You said right after those words. I don't know. All right, go on.
I got 2 meals there. That's like $20.
That's true. Good point.
Yeah, so it's like 50 in beer, 20 in meals. like 12 for a tip because we had the same waitress for 9 hours.
Jesus.
we went through things together, Josh. She helped us bet on one of our bets. And then we all lied and told her it was for $1,000 a piece, and she thought we were rich.
She saw right through your lie. You guys are motherfuckers hanging out at Buffalo Wild Wings on a Thursday, so...
Her eyes lit up. Josh, she's the one that was from Ball State.
Oh, great.
That's the best fucking college name ever, don't you think?
Yeah, it is. Balls taint.
Balls everywhere, and it's funny when it's a girl.
It's funny. To be clear, it's funny when it's anyone, but funnier when it's a girl. Yes.
Okay, I guess. So Friday comes around. It's snowing. We have one last snow on Friday.
Great. We had a little bit of snow, but go on.
Okay. So I start my car, not the Jeep. I start, my 6-month-old car that I've had.
Wait, what?
I have 2 cars.
I didn't know this.
Oh, I have a nice car and I have my shitty Jeep. I haven't driven this shitty Jeep since November.
Great.
I guess it's a crucial part of the story, though.
Yeah, that's important.
All right, so I've been driving the car around, even in the snow, because it's a nice car and I'm a classy person, and I deserve better than my fucking 250,000 of a miles Jeep.
You sound like a girl on OkCupid right now. Like, I deserve better. You can't handle my Jeep at its worst. You don't deserve my car at its best.
Exactly.
That's you right now.
You don't deserve shit, is what I'm saying. So I start it, and it's tapping when the engine goes. It's like kind of loud, tapping noise.
That doesn't sound good.
Well, right, yeah, I agree. And I was like, it's probably maybe it's cold out, or when the car warms up, it'll be fun. Drive to the restaurant for that day. It was like some local restaurant kind of thing. Of course, it has TVs. So we drive up there. It's blizzard. I'm like, the car's making noise. I guess it's not that big of a deal. We spend an hour or two there. We go to a friend's house because we're not going to stay in the snow all day. The car taps more. I'm starting to get concerned about this. Another full day goes by. I drive home at 9 o'clock again. The car taps the whole way home, and the oil pressure light starts coming on.
Okay.
So now I'm like, well, this kind of sucks. I guess it's low on oil. So my dad comes down to my house at like 9:30 at night. We double check the car, and he's like, you need to take it tomorrow to get an oil change. Like, I don't see anything wrong with it. Just go get an oil change. So Josh, this brings up Saturday, and this is when the shitstorm truly starts.
All right.
I decide I'm going to my friend's house that day, and I'm going to go to Pep Boys for an oil change on the way up there. I start the car, it's tapping. I start the car, it taps, it stalls. I pump it, I keep jamming on the gas. Eventually it starts. I let it run a little bit. I go to get oil just to make sure I make it up for my oil change. Pour it in, car still taps. I'm like, well, I gotta go. Might as well just drive the fuck up there. I make it about halfway on back roads, and the car just turns off.
Jeez.
So I'm staring at the car in disbelief, thinking, what the fuck did I do? I call AAA for a tow. Josh, AAA's motto, or whatever you want to call it, is they'll be there in an hour.
Yeah, I think that's their guarantee. Go on.
Yes. At this point, I'm expecting a full hour to take place.
Sure.
Half hour goes by, a guy comes to pick me up.
Nice.
I say, I don't know what the fuck happened. It's tapping. He looks at me and goes, you probably shot the motor. He's like, but don't shoot the messenger. I said, well, I'm hoping not, but, we'll see. Can you just tow it to Pep Boys? I'm going to get an oil change and see what's going on. He goes, yeah, no problem. So this dude's pretty social, younger guy. We're driving around, rocking out the Snoop Dogg for some reason in this
really?
truck. Yep. Wait, it was Snoop Dogg and then Len Steal My Sunshine. It was some weird fucking mix on his iPod.
Let me. Does he clear Snoop Dogg with you first, or is it just rolling? Like, does he?
No, something else is on when I get in the car. He goes, let's see what's on here. Jumps on his iPod, looks through, hits play, and just sets it back down in the console. And Snoop Dogg starts playing.
See, I figured, he's trying to show off to you, hey man, I'm cool and I'm hip. But you would think a customer, ostensibly a customer, gets in your vehicle, you're not gonna blast some gangster rap. You would think that would be the case.
Yeah, I would think.
I like this guy's chutzpah, though. I'm into it.
Yeah, he had a personality.
Yeah.
So I already panicked, but he was okay to talk to, and this is the first time I ever actually rode along in a tow truck.
Yep.
So, luckily enough, he was pretty social, and I could handle myself in these situations, but I was like, I wonder what Josh would do if he was stuck in here. Would he talk, or just, stare out the window and scared, or...
Well, I might be a little worried about the car at that point, if he had just told me that, but I would communicate, yeah.
Okay.
I've actually had a similar situation where, I had to use AAA, call a tow truck. This happened twice, but... I'll tell that story next, but I've had a couple times I've had, have to deal with the guy. I haven't done the ride-along, but I've had to, make small talk while stuff is getting waited and stuff. So I've been there. Yeah, I would do it. I would be okay. I'd do it.
Okay. So he tows me up to Pep Boys, and I called my friend whose house I was going to, and I was like, can you come pick me up? I'm at Pep Boys now, blah, blah, blah. So I picked me up. I tell the guys at Pep Boys, like, it doesn't start either. The guy was like, oh, well, if it doesn't start, it's going to cost this. If we have to do a super jump, it's like 60 instead of 15.
Super jump.
It was some stupid fucking name. I was like, well, I need my car, dude, so I don't just do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Go for it.
Yeah, so we go to my friend's house for an hour or two. They call. He's like, oh, it's just a bad battery. We changed the oil. I'll come up and pick your car up.
Oh.
So this is $180.
Jeez.
I walk up. I'm like, hey, thanks. And I said, before it stalled, it was tapping. I was like, did you guys know what that's from? And he was like, well, we heard a slight tap. If it does it too much, you should probably put like synthetic high octane oil in it versus shitty oil. But that's really up to you. So I start my car, and it's tapping just as loud as ever.
Great.
So it wasn't a quiet tap. Like, it was audible to everybody.
Bang up job, guys.
Yeah. So my friend stared at me. He's like, well, what the fuck? He's like, what do you think's wrong with it? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, we'll just drive to your house. I don't know. I can't handle this right now. So him and I talk about it, and he's like, I would just get it towed right now to a garage. And I said, well, even if I do, there's no place to go. I said, we'll just go back to your house. Don't worry about it. I said, just stay close to me in case it fucking breaks. So we make it about a quarter of a mile down the highway. The car starts making metal grinding noises and stalls again.
Jesus.
So at this point, I'm like, I fucking quit. I tell him, I was like, dude, it won't start, blah, blah, blah. So we make arrangements for me to have it towed to my friend's garage. So again, I call AAA for the second time in about 5 hours on Saturday. They say, we'll be out there an hour, blah, blah, blah. I say, okay, no big deal. So my buddy waited with me from 7:20 until 8:20. And at about 8:30, when AAA wasn't there after their first hour, I was like, dude, you have a wife and kids at home. I said, I appreciate you sitting here with me for an hour, but just go home. Don't worry about it. He's like, are you sure? He's like, I should stay. He's like, I don't want you to be stuck here by yourself. Because we're kind of like towards the ghetto or the hood. So I was like, no, don't worry. I was like, just go home. It's no big deal. So from 8:30 until 10 o'clock, I sat by myself in my dead car.
Jeez.
I called AAA 3 times. Every time my voice is getting more aggravated.
Yeah.
And he's like, they should be there in 20 minutes. I called back 45 minutes later. I said, hey, guy's not here yet. Oh, well, all the operators are busy. Let me go find one real quick.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, sir, I don't know where he is. Let me try to find out for you. I'll give you a call back. So eventually, this dude pulls up at 10 o'clock. He pulls up next to my car. I give him like the 2-finger wave. Yeah. Like, yo, it's me. He has the dirtiest fucking look on his face and a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. Like, the first guy that told me earlier was like...
super nice.
Like peppy, upbeat, happy, good-lucky, just fucking ready to go. This guy looks like he's gonna fucking stab me. So then I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna make this ride back to this garage? What the fuck am I gonna do right now?
And also, why is he mean mugging you? He's the one who's like forever late.
Yeah, he's the fucking hour and a half late.
Yeah, dick.
So eventually he loads me up, and he's like, where we going? And I was like, this place, you know where it is? And he's like, yeah. So he's putting trying to hook my car up, and he's like, what the fuck is this shit? The bar won't latch. So he's like jamming bars around, trying to get the fucking car to stay.
Jesus.
So the whole time I'm like, I'm gonna fucking die. This guy's gonna fucking stab me in the car. I'm not making it back. I should have never left. So we get in the car, and he's like, this thing's a fucking mess. Hold on a second. I starts throwing shit around, and I really think I'm about to die.
This is inside his vehicle?
Yeah, like okay. All just like to clean up the seat and stuff.
Jesus.
So I get in the car, and he's like, I can't fucking stand when people leave their stuff a mess like this. He's like, we're bringing customers in these cars, and this thing a fucking pigsty.
Oh, so he's not the normal driver of this vehicle then?
Yeah. So apparently his car broke down. He had to go back for a different truck and borrowed somebody else's.
So that's why he was.
And
so
it's just
late.
A huge piece of shit. Yeah.
Okay.
So then the whole ride there, he was actually real social and nice to me. We're joking around about like him going to Jersey to pick people up, and some lady was like told me to like Rhode Island, and he was like, I hope you don't have. Oh, he's like, better get Dad's credit card because it's going to get expensive. And then she was like, oh, never mind then. But it was real nice and social the whole ride there. He was just bitching about his coworkers who were fucking slobs and how embarrassing it was.
So it makes sense why he was angry when he pulled up, but it seemed like it was going to be at you and you were going to die. Yeah, okay.
So he's a pretty nice guy. And then the garage I went to is also kind of in the hood. So I called my dad to come pick me up when I got there. And he's like, I can't find the road you're on. He's like, come down to the main street. So this main street has like fucking glass bottles broken all over the sidewalk. It's where fucking gunshots happen. Josh, if you know how I dress, it's usually a hoodie, like skater shoes, a skater hat, and like almost skinny jeans, like close enough, I guess.
If I could put it into a word, punk bitch.
Yeah, punk bitch. I dress like a punk bitch. Yeah. So I'm standing on the corner of the street like, I'm going to get drove by or robbed or fucking
I love the past tense of drive by the way. I'm going to get drove by.
But so my dad calls and he's like, I don't see you. I said, I'm right across from this place. You know where this place is? And he's like, yeah. I said, what side of the road are you on? He was like, over on the opposite side. He's like, where are you? I said, just get to that store. I'm across the street. I was like, look for a kid running up and down the block. So eventually he like pulled up. I just darted across the street and jumped in the car because I was scared. And then we made it home.
Great.
So,
yep.
This brings us to Sunday.
Okay. This is an epic of a story, by the way.
I know. I'm not mad yet. I'm upset because I think the car. I realize the car is broken.
Sure.
I think it's gonna be a cheap fix because when it broke, it sounded like it wasn't getting oil, and oil pumps aren't super expensive parts. So Sunday goes by. My friend calls me at like 11. And he's like, are you sitting down? And I was like, ha ha ha, funny. Like, yeah, well, like, what's wrong with the car? And he goes, you completely shot the motor.
Oh my gosh.
So then my day drops. And I was like, well, how much is this? Like, how are we going to do this?
It's a whole new motor.
Yeah, so eventually we looked into it. It was like the next day or two we were looking into it. Josh, I'm out $2,200 for a new motor for that car.
Oh my gosh, dude.
And $700 in labor for the car.
Holy cow. So if you had gotten it, like, in sooner, could they have fixed it? Or was it like because it ran too long on knocking? Or I
actually think what happened was that the oil pump did shit out,
and so then it just wasn't getting oil. It froze up.
Yeah,
locked it all
but I don't know any better. Like that's the one thing I'm not good at. I'm not super good with cars. I can do the basic stuff.
Yeah,
but when something breaks, I'm not a pro with that. So to me, when it was knocking and it didn't seem like it was getting oil, like the oil pressure light was on, I was like, okay, it just needs an oil change.
Sure.
So that was my game plan, but I think I probably drove it too much. But I don't know if I would have had it towed when the knocking started, if it would have, like, alleviated this problem.
Yeah.
But now I learned a lesson.
I guess.
So
that sucks, dude.
Yeah, so I'm fucking rich right now, but it's all going away tomorrow when I go pay for the engine.
Yeah, that's a big blow. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a bummer, dude. I've been there. Like, so the one thing I am good about with cars now, and because of a horror car that I had before, but I am really good about, like, first noise, first thing that, like, feels wrong, goes wrong, I'm like, oh, gotta get this checked out. Like, I'm instantly, in the shop or whatever. So I don't usually let, like, things like that go very long, which will probably benefit me, I would guess. But it's because so the Jeep that I had before my current vehicle was a hell car. Because, so this was an '05 Jeep. And the reason, they're made this way where they have this wiring harness, which is a wiring harness is just a clump of wires, right?
Yeah.
And it goes from like one part of the engine to another, but when it does it, it rounds this bracket area, goes around it, and touches it. Well, wires touching metal rubs through. Eventually, the wires rub through as well. You don't want wires in your engine in your car to rub through because bad shit happens. Turns out what happens is the entire car shuts off. Just
yeah, it probably just blows the battery.
Completely gone, yeah. So the first time it happened to me, I was driving, I think I was like heading back to college or something, and just random part of the road, car completely shuts off, I lose power steering, lose everything, I lose all my like dash lights, like the battery's completely gone, yeah. So I managed to like wrench the car over to the side of the road, stop. At that point, I'm still close enough to my parents' house, so I call them, so they come and get me. The car ends up starting back, or finally, after about 10 or 15 minutes, it'll start. So we get to, like, drive it home. So we take it in, they think they fix it. They don't know it's the wiring harness at the time. I get it again. I think at this point I make it, like, all the way back to college. I'm driving it around, and it dies again on me. This time, though, fun enough, in the middle of the most busy intersection in the entire town.
Nice.
Right smack dab in the middle. Guy had to like get out and like help me push the car up the side of the road. It was the scariest experience of my entire life. Anyway, long story short, taking it again, they think they fixed it again. They don't. It happens a third time. Finally, we just like leave it with them. It was like, we don't want it back until you figure it out. Like, do not give it back to us. So they don't figure it out. They don't figure it out. Finally, they give it back to us without like really anything solved. Me and my dad go out, looking around in the hood for 10 minutes, figure out what the issue is. And take it back into them and say, fix this part. And they put in a new wiring harness. But that harness was super, super expensive. It was like over $1,000 for, well, actually grand total with it being in there enough times and stuff like that. Like, I was out a lot of money on that stupid car. for that thing. And it was only going to happen again because it was like a flawed design, right? So no matter what we do, it was going to rub through again eventually. So at that point, I'm like, I have to get rid of this thing.
It's a death trap.
Like, honestly, like, I was terrified to drive in it. Like, I was terrified of driving, like, on the interstate and stuff, knowing that it could die at any moment. Like, it could literally cut out at any moment.
Yeah.
So it took me, like, a long time with my current vehicle to, like, get over that of, like, any noise I hear freaking out and stuff. Like,
I gotcha.
That car, like, freaked me out for the longest time, but...
that's the flaw I have with my shitty Jeep, because I'm so used to just making all sorts of noises.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily not think about
yeah,
like new noises.
Who cares? It's fine. It's not a big deal. Yeah.
But so the excitement on Sunday then was we had a fancy baseball draft. So I was with all my friends. They were all asking me about it, and they're like, call your mom and let her know, because like my mom's the one that sold me the car.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, I can't call my mom. If I call my mom, she's going to want to pay for it. I can't do this. And they're all like, well, if there's a warranty or something, like, find out. Like, don't be fucking stupid. Call your mom. And I was like, you don't understand. Like, they all know my mom. They know how she is. So I was like, my mom will want to pay for the car if I do this. And they're all like, well, then have her pay for it. And I was like, that's what I'm not trying to fucking avoid. Like, listen to me. So my one buddy was like, listen. She's like, that's being a parent.
Yeah.
My one friend's a parent. He has the two daughters I always talk about. But he's like, that's the thing. Like, if my kids broke their car, you just have to pay for it. He's like, just don't worry about it. When you have kids, you'll do the same thing. Just let it go and ask your mom for help. So we're kind of talking about that. We're betting on basketball still. I lose one of my bets while we're there. Or the game was on while we were there, but we left. So I get back and I look at my Jeep, and I know my Jeep doesn't start because I tried it once, and it's been basically piled in snow the past 4 months.
Great.
Like, it just sat in the snow. So I go to turn the car on, and it just sits there. And I was like, fuck. So I got one of those worm chargers, which is basically like always putting a current to it.
Yep.
Like, you plug it in.
Yep.
So I leave it on from 6 o'clock Sunday night to 7 o'clock Monday morning.
Yeah.
And the car barely starts enough to get me to work.
The Jeep.
So then I go, the Jeep now. So I forgot about how much I like being in the Jeep. It just sucked for the reason I was in it.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized it was almost at 250,000 miles. But
holy
so I get
cow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I get to work the first day, and my boss's window is right next to the front door, and our door has like those mag locks.
Yeah.
So I don't have my badge because it's in the other car. So I knock on his window, and he comes opens the door for me, and he's like, oh, where's your badge? Because he's up and uptight all the fucking time. And for whatever reason, like, me knocking on his window before work, quote unquote, starts is an inconvenience to him.
Oh, Jesus.
So I was like, sorry, it's in my car with the blown motor. I can't get it right now. And he was like, oh my God, that's so bad. He's like, how'd you get to work? And I said, well, luckily I have 2 cars, but that's not really the point right now. And he was like, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. But I inconvenienced Josh. I inconvenienced him by knocking on his fucking window.
Yeah. It's almost as if he doesn't believe you are who you say you are. Where's your badge? Are you allowed in here?
He told me he hired me because I'm bald like him. He fucking knows who I am.
That's good criteria. That's how you really know your qualifications are being considered. You're bald like me. You get the job.
Yeah. But the highlight of me losing our final bet on Sunday for all the basketball stuff is my one friend, like, I let him bet the opposite of what everyone else was doing, and he won. So he's like, just another burr in Toby's side today. He lost his bet and his car won't start.
What a jerk.
And I know he was kind of fucking around, but I've never been so mad at him. I mean, I was that mad at him like one time, but I was fucking livid. And I was like, I'm not going to fucking respond back. I'm going to let it go. So like a day or two later, he actually just texted me normally. It was like, hey man, how's the car stuff going? Do you get it figured out? And I talked to him yesterday, and I was like, you really fucking pissed me off the other day. I was like, I figured you were fucking around, but I was fucking pissed.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, man. That sucks. That's a real bummer.
That's my March Madness. And basically, any money I've had saved up is just gone now.
Yeah.
Into a car that I thought was good.
I mean, dude, yeah, I completely understand those expenses. They're the worst. Being an adult is a terrible, terrible thing. No one do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, don't buy vehicles. Don't make purchases.
Don't do anything. Just live at home your whole fucking life.
Exactly. Like, you know how much easier life would be if we still lived at home, Toby?
You know what? I don't know, because the past couple of years and my online activities have been pretty dependent on like no one hearing when I'm yelling.
Oh, I mean, that's true. You'd have to be like, Mom, leave me alone. I'm in the basement.
Here's a fun story. When Josh used to go home and we used to do overanalyze all the time, he used to go, I can't take my laptop home. I can't have my mom hear me maybe yell curse words.
Yeah, I mean...
So don't fucking act like you're going to get... Y'all high and mighty me with this fucking, you're just home and you can't yell curse words. Mom, cover your ears.
I was assuming if I'm a 27-year-old living at home, I've lost all sense of dignity.
All credibility at that point.
All credibility whatsoever. They're not holding out hope for me turning into a good person or anything like that anymore.
Real quick, I'm sure there's reasons that people live at home at 27. We're not fucking judging you. I don't want to hear shit about
them. They're bad.
I live at home, but it's because of this.
No, they're bad people.
I don't care.
They're bad
Just
people.
let it go.
Bad people. Garbage.
You're bad.
Garbage people.
Garbage in, garbage out.
No, it's cool. I mean, you'd be fine. If I could, like, honestly, if I could live at home, and probably not now. I would definitely have already moved out by now, but if I could have lived at home longer than I did, just with where my job was, I probably would have, just to save money. Like, rent is expensive as shit, man.
Yeah, so's a mortgage.
Yeah.
I moved out because my stepdad is an asshole.
Yeah.
So I would have stayed longer if I could, but it was at the point where one of us were going to murder each other. So it seemed better that I moved out and not have murder on my hands.
Then you could have like been on the run, man. You could have been like a cowboy.
A drifter.
Drifter. And then you can come over here and I can murder a drifter. Toby, it all fits together. I've always wanted to murder a drifter.
Nice. Josh, WrestleMania season's upon us.
You bet your ass it is.
So the one thing we're going to talk about is the part that pertains to me, and not the part that pertains to you.
Are you sure we can't spend the next 2 hours talking about it? Because I've already done that, and I want to do it again.
No.
Okay, fine.
We could then maybe next week. This week is committed to my fucking bad car story. We got to move the show along now.
Yeah, come on. Like, snap. I'm not in the story. Fuck it.
Josh, you can bet online on WWE matches.
My friend Dusty was telling me he was placing WrestleMania bets this week. I think he was doing it with real money though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, he was actually like literally placing bets because we were talking about the bets he was making as he was doing it.
Josh, would you like to know who all the favorites are based off of the odds on the internet?
Yeah, he was giving me a little hint to the odds, but yeah, break them down for me, please.
All right. If you don't like the WWE, I'm sorry. I'll try to make this quick.
Wait, if you don't like the WWE, I mean, first of all, of course, because they're terrible, but you should probably like the WWE.
So, championship match: Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns is supposed to win.
That's wrong. No, Brock Lesnar just re-signed, so he's clearly going to win the title.
Well, that's what logic says.
Yeah. Listen,
but you
I
never
know logic, and I know wrestling, and I could smush the two together.
So the odds for that are pretty close. Like, you don't have to pay that much extra.
Okay.
But, for example, the Sting Triple H match.
Yeah, Triple H is going to win. Totally.
No, Sting is favored by a lot.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant it the other way. I was picturing one outcome. I mean, Sting was going to win. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So Sting is listed at minus 700, which means for every $700 you bet, you win 100.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Triple H is plus 400, which means you get 4 times whatever you bet. The IC Championship ladder match.
I think Daniel Bryan's going to win that.
He has the best odds right now.
Yeah.
Worst odds are R-Truth. So if you throw $1 on R-Truth, you can win 35 if he wins.
And honestly, R-Truth is definitely a dark horse there because he's been getting a lot of TV time.
That's racist.
I mean, that's not...
Josh, Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt. Undertaker is supposed to win.
No, I don't think I think Bray's going to win that one.
You should be throwing money on these bets then.
Definitely should be throwing money on that one for sure.
Cena's supposed to win, obviously.
Yeah, that was clear.
AJ and Paige are supposed to win.
I don't even care about that match, so okay.
Seth Rollins and Randy Orton. Randy Orton's supposed to win.
I think Seth does, but go on.
Okay. The second annual Under the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Ooh, I don't have an opinion on this one.
Best odds, Damien Mizdow.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, because he's going to turn on Miz. We talked about that. Yes. Yeah, that's probably true.
And then the worst one is Connor, whoever the fuck Connor is.
Oh, he's one half of the Ascension.
Okay. Oh, one of those weird guys. Okay.
Yeah. One of those guys who just, like, if you want to see just the saddest thing in the world, go watch an Ascension match since they debuted on Raw. And just, you feel bad for them. Just, they get shit on. They look like shit. It's just, everything's terrible. Everything's bad.
And then the Fatal 4-Way, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro are supposed to win.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I'm on board with that.
Okay, so Josh.
Yeah.
Let's say you had $1,000.
Okay.
John Cena is paying off negative $450. So you'd win about $300 if you bet on him for your $1,000. Would you bet your money on that because it's almost a sure thing? or would you go do something else?
I mean, maybe it's a for sure thing, but then you also have to like think that, well, he could easily get screwed and they could keep that feud going to like SummerSlam or something. Like, a for sure thing is not necessarily a for sure thing. They could always like continue that down the road. I think the easier thing, I would bet on the Brock winning, because then you're increasing your money, which is always good. Like, you're not in the negatives. And I think, yeah, like reading behind the scenes, like behind the lines, what's going on, they're keeping him around. They want him in the title picture. I could really see him winning. I think I would put all of my money on Brock is what I would do.
Okay, so we're going to check back in on this next week.
All right.
This is another gambling thing we have going on here. Don't you think it's weird that you can bet on a preset thing? This is always the weirdest complaint.
I mean, I don't think it's any weirder than betting on real sports, like, because from our perspective,
like right now,
yeah,
no, the winner is already there.
So you're saying someone knows the winner? Yes,
true. At least one person knows the winner right now, if not 5.
But we don't. Is the trick? It's like,
but what does that matter? Like if you were friends with Vincent K. McMahon. And he was like, Josh, I got a barn burner for you. Sting today. That's
true. I mean, like, and that wouldn't be illegal. That's not insider trading or anything, right?
It's completely illegal.
Is it?
Yeah.
If I am Vincent K. McMahon's best friend, I know that Sting's gonna win, and I go put $1 million down on Sting winning. Well, then it would change the odds, right? But anyway, if I put $1,000 down on Sting, knowing that he's going to win, I'm breaking the law.
It would come back on both of you. So, because for example, like you know Pete Rose got chokeslammed by Kane a long time ago.
Yeah, thank you for putting in wrestling terms. I know who Pete Rose is, you jerk, without wrestling. I know. Yeah.
So Pete Rose is a famous baseball player turned manager.
Played for the Reds.
That is correct. Yep. But he got in trouble as a manager, I believe, because he used to bet on his team.
On his own team, yeah.
Right.
Which I don't.
But
I mean,
you bet for them to win, so obviously he's going to try. But you can't. Like, you directly can't have an effect on what you're doing. If you knew Vince, you can't bet because.
But here's where Pete Rose got in trouble. He got in trouble with baseball. He got in trouble with MLB. He can't go in the Hall of Fame. He didn't get in legal trouble for it. So I would be getting in trouble with WWE.
Is that something that you want?
Well, if I'm not affiliated, if I'm just Vince's best friend, and they don't give a shit. I mean,
Vince will kill you.
They're not a real sport.
He'll put your head next to that fucking T-Rex in his office.
Does he have a T-Rex in his office?
You never saw that picture?
I don't think so.
I'll show you later.
Nothing that doesn't surprise me one little bit, though. If I was Vince's best friend, I'm either Kid Rock or I have a lot of muscles.
Like his son-in-law.
Yeah.
So your lock of the week.
My lock of the week is Brock Lesnar.
That's where your money's going.
The Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. I think because he re-signed and he announced on ESPN he was going to just do wrestling, and he said he was retired from the octagon. They're going to keep giving him a shitload of money. They've backed the dump truck of money up to his door, and they know how poor Reigns is doing. I really think they're gonna have him win. I really do.
I want to believe that that's going to happen. Just because Roman Reigns seems like a piece of shit.
He is an asshole. That motherfucker has been handed a silver platter, basically, of like, you're the next guy, wink. And then, of course, fans hate him for it, which is fine. But he could easily turn into the John Cena of kids love me, but everyone else hates me. But hey, it still pays really well. But then he does interviews where he literally says, like, the interviewer's like, so people were booing you a lot when you were talking. And he says, yeah, shut the hell up when I'm talking. He said that about fans.
That's what you gotta do.
I don't know. He's a born heel, and he's supposed to be a good guy. None of it makes sense. Wrestling sucks. Don't watch it.
My lock of the week. Toby's lock of the week is I think Bray Wyatt's gonna be the Undertaker.
Wait, you get sound effects? What's that about?
Well, because you fucking make your own sound effects, you piece of shit. Listen, you gotta be your own hype man.
You piece of shit.
This is about 7 or 8 months in. You gotta be your own hype man. You know this already.
I do.
I don't know why you're acting all shocked when I got sound effects coming my way and you're just sitting there.
I always thought we were each other's Flavor Flav. I didn't know we had to do it on our own. I thought we took turns being each other's.
You never hyped me ever, you piece. I almost did it again.
You piece of shit. I agree with you. I think that's also a fair lock that Bray Wyatt's going to win. Because, I mean, seriously, Undertaker can't have that many more years left in him, and he wants to lose to somebody. I think he wants to lose to a young person.
Okay.
It makes sense.
It does make sense.
We've talked about wrestling a lot on this podcast.
I know we're done with it now.
All right. I feel uncomfortable.
Josh, video games have one of the best promotions ever coming up.
Is it go poop in a drawer and call it a video game?
It is.
That's a good promotion.
If you lived in Denmark.
I don't.
Okay. They're having a blood drive for the Bloodborne game.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Where if you donate blood, you get the game for free.
How much blood gets me the game? How many liters?
I don't know how much when you donate. Is it a pint or 2
it's
pints?
one time of donating gets me the game?
I think so.
This is pretty legit. Have you ever given blood? I've never given blood.
Listen. Give the blood for Bloodborne. I don't know what kind of accent that is. PlayStation Denmark give blood har.
That seems pretty racist.
Eat bloody penny some more beige.
Stop saying nonsense words. Let's talk about your racism.
Why? Am I Jamaican Danish?
Hey, man, you want some Bloodborne, man?
That's Jamaican Danish.
Jamaican Danish.
Yeah, they're like right next to each other.
Man, I would eat the shit out of a Jamaican Danish, right? That seems like the ultimate pastry.
Was that like a fucking like weed filled?
Oh, I didn't even think about the weed aspect of it, but yeah, it probably would be, right? It'd probably have a lot of pot in it. Jamaican Danish.
Would you donate blood for a video game?
No. I don't. Video games are stupid. I don't want to play them anymore. I mean, I guess that's probably reasonable, but I don't like needles very much. So, but still, if I wanted to buy the game, if I was going to spend $60, I would probably go donate blood instead.
If they said you have to donate once every, I think it's 10 weeks, if they need to donate as much as possible for a whole year, and they would give you front row seats to wrestling, would you do it?
Yeah, totally. I would be in for that. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I'm sure. What if you had to give it? What if you had to give blood daily?
No. I mean, if it significantly impacts the course of my life, then no. But if it's like once every couple weeks, once every 10 weeks or whatever, like I have to go do it, that's fine if I get a lot of wrestling tickets. But like it literally, if my daily life is changed because of it, I would probably say no.
That says a lot about you.
I mean, what does it say?
I don't know.
Okay. That speaks volumes.
They need to find like better tie-ins to games. Like the whole Bloodborne thing is like losing blood. They need to have like play Hotline Miami, stay on the phone for 60 minutes a day, get the game for free. Like they need more tie-ins like that.
Do you remember the game Dante's Inferno?
Yes.
Do you remember the E3 stupid marketing thing they did where they had the fake protesters?
There was the fake protesters. They gave people boxes of money to sin.
Yeah, there were a lot.
They made girls do something horrible. I don't remember offhand because that was one of the first feminist things with video games.
There was also like they dumped something out of a blimp too. I think I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was something that they poured out of a blimp or plane of.
It's probably meat or something.
Yeah, something stupid. But like that's dumb. Wrestling's dumb too. Video game promotion like that is always just the stupidest. Just so dumb.
Or Shadow Man, an old game, was their thing was get your name on get Shadow Man on your tombstone.
Jeez.
And you get the game for free or something like that. One was name your kid Turok for a free copy of Turok.
That is the worst like thing you go through for benefit is like you should get every copy of Turok for naming your kid Turok.
But think about that. Like, let's say like you and I first met, and I was like, "Yo, man, my name's Turok. What's up?" You'd think I was the biggest fucking asshole ever. Like, my name sucks as it is. I can't imagine having a worse one.
I mean, but like, I wouldn't judge you for Turok. I would judge your parents.
That's the bullshit. That is not how that works. Anyone that's ever made fun of my name, because my name's weird, like Toby or Tobias.
Yeah.
Like, no one's making fun of my parents for that name. They're making fun of me for having the name.
I mean, honestly, I really don't think that. I think when I hear a dumb name, I think like, God, their parents hated them. Like, that's really what I always go to. It's like, but then if someone has a stupid name and then they correct me on pronunciation or spelling, then they're the fucker. That's like, the key point.
Like how? Wait, what do you mean?
Like if their name is like, okay, here we go. There were two girls that I went to high school with. They both had the exact same spelling of their name. One pronounced it Alicia and one pronounced it Alicia. Okay. Clearly, the name was spelled Alicia. The name was Alicia. Alicia she just pronounced her name wrong. That's all there was to it.
Were you sure to tell her about this?
Yeah, clearly. I was the guy who every time we're like, I don't care what you say your name is. Your name's Alicia. You just pronounce it wrong. And then
this is how Josh sets himself up to fail on Survivor. Because someone's going to have a slightly off name, and Josh is going to get all beside himself and be like, your name's fucking dumb.
I realized today that, like, how much of an asshole I can be. So there's a guy I don't really care for that I had to be in close proximity to today. And I realized last week when I had to be near him, I didn't like him. So this week, everything he said, I would, like, undercut him. Like, he would open his mouth, and I couldn't help it. I would open my mouth and then just, like, mock him and say something stupid. Like, not in a way where he's gonna, like, get mad at me and fight me, but, like, you pile them all up over the course of our time together, and you think, like, oh, wow, you really don't like that dude. So that's what I would do. Yeah.
That's like last week you and I talked about the chicken fries. I told you came up at work.
Yeah.
And then there's someone that I work with that sometimes gets more shit than he probably should. But we're talking about something, and he usually has to have an opinion. So we're discussing, I was saying chicken fries are just stretched out chicken nuggets. One of my friends at work were arguing like they're different. And the kid that wanted to interject his opinion didn't know that Burger King made them, let alone tried them, but was like, chicken fries are obviously more tender than chicken nuggets. And I looked at him right in the face and I said, how the fuck do you know if you know even know where they were from? And his only response was, I can know things without having them.
I can know things without having them. I can know things without knowing things.
Yeah, but like, so it's like something that comes up with me too, where people will be like, how the fuck do you know that? And it's like, well, I just know things. But I don't make it, it's not nothing in fact, like, you can't say, Toby, what is a chicken fry? Me say, I have no fucking idea. And then you go, well, it's the same thing as a chicken nugget. And we go, no, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing there that rubbed you wrong was he expressed an opinion about something he just said he knew nothing about. It'd be like, you know, like, if I talked about, I don't know, I can't think of anything I don't know about because I'm that smart. But that's the thing. It's like, if when we know stuff about a little bit about everything, it's because, like, it's facts about that thing. But it's not like we're not talking about what it's like to be in space because we've never been in space.
Not yet.
But it would be like if you were like, being in space isn't a big deal. Who cares? It's kind of lame, actually. And then I was like, well, you've never been to space. And you're like, so? That's what it would be like to me. By the way, the person that named their baby Turok won $10,000. It wasn't just a free copy of the game.
Well, that's still not worth.
Fact checking on this podcast.
You're not supposed to do that, by the way.
No fact checks.
Yeah. You know better than this. This is why I don't get sound effects from me. Josh, tell me if you wish your life was like this.
Okay, Turk, I will.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There was a guy in China who was faced with a tricky situation after both his ex-girlfriend and his current girlfriend threw themselves into a river together to see who he would rescue.
Nice. What's the old like biblical story where he was going to cut the baby in half?
King Solomon, Joshua.
His significant others King Solomoned him. That's awesome. I would leave them both because they're dumb bitches.
I probably would too. I was thinking about it. Because you can't win.
No.
Like, especially if one's going to die, it's not a win-win situation. I would feel horrible.
Also, do you really want to be with somebody who, like, is going to, like, literally test you as if you are in Survivor? Like, do you want that? Be like, prove your love to me.
These violent ultimatums?
Yeah. Like, I cast myself into the ocean to see if you loved me. That's not something you can build on as a relationship. That's sort of it for me. So I would wish them both bon voyage.
And just go on with your life.
Yeah.
Find two new ex-girlfriends.
I would throw them a life preserver, maybe.
Where did you get the life preserver from?
Am I on a boat?
No, they jumped off the bridge.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd be like, well, see, listen, if I can already pull two women, I'm not worried about my ability to pull women, right? Like,
the third one's easy.
Yeah.
You say, girls, I'm so great. This goes on in your profile. I'm so great. Two girls threw them off a bridge for my love.
Yeah, like, at this point, it's all downhill for me. Like, that is the ultimate in relationship ending. Like, there's nothing more final than we jumped off a bridge for you. And it happened twice in a row. You're the ultimate man. You have everything you want. There's nothing more you could need. If you jumped in to save one of them, well, then you just basically rolled over and exposed your underbelly, right?
Yeah. Do you think it would, since it made the news, there's like a line of women now that are like, oh, he's so rugged, he's so out there, I want to date him.
Gotta be, right?
Yeah.
Women like the guys who are unavailable, and nothing says unavailable like two different women jumped off a bridge for me.
Nothing says unavailable like I'm gonna let you drown if I can.
Did he jump in and save one of them?
You know what? I don't think so.
Well, that's the key part of the story here is how did he play it?
I closed the news article already, Josh.
And
I dropped the ball.
Also, did he pick the pretty one or the not as pretty one, or were they equally as pretty?
They're equally. Josh, every girl is beautiful in their own way.
Okay, but clearly, I mean, he had a side woman. She was probably hotter, right?
Josh, every woman is beautiful.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say these women were not beautiful on the inside because they seem like bad people.
Their faces are all blurred out in this picture.
God, I wanted to see who would throw themselves in the water for over a dude. That's the thing too. Let's talk about women.
Josh, he saved the current girlfriend and called his brother to rescue the ex-girlfriend.
Oh, so he wingmanned his brother then.
Yeah.
Like, listen, she's a little crazy.
She fucking hates me right now, but she's gonna love you for saving her life.
Here's what you do. You pull her out of the water, and then you say, like, hey, fuck that guy, right? And you're like, yeah. And then you guys go hook up. It's perfect.
Yeah. There you go.
Love story. Toby, I don't know if you want to be standing at the altar knowing that your girlfriend flung herself off a bridge to make you love her.
I would love her more, I think.
Would you really?
Yeah.
That's sad.
If she was like, I love you so much I'm gonna jump off this bridge.
I'd be like,
that takes a lot.
I would be like, maybe you should get some hobbies or friends. That's what
What for hobbies jumping off bridges?
I need some space.
Her friend is the riverbed.
I would tell her, maybe we should see other riverbeds.
There's another stream right next to this one. I'm gonna check that one out.
Listen, honey, there are a lot of bridges in the sea, and this is not the one for me to jump off of.
That's a life metaphor right there.
I'm not gonna fling myself off the proverbial pier of this relationship.
If you want to, you go right ahead.
Feel free. I'm not jumping in after you. I already see a cute girl over there, so.
Okay, thanks, bye. Josh, every week people write us at cast@geek-pop.com and like to ask us questions about the show.
And they're the best people.
They are the best people.
Like, if I had to rank people, they get ranked first.
All of them together.
So if you care about my people ranking, you should probably write into the show.
You should. Josh, John Krebs wants to know...
John Craps?
Crepes.
Inquiring minds want to know if his name is Craps.
It's Crepes, like Crepe Suzette.
You think I could call him Craps and he'd be okay with it?
John Craps would like to know her thoughts on hashtag selfies for Nash.
Oh, God. So am I supposed to tell you my thoughts right now?
Yeah, because I don't know what the fuck it is. You're supposed to warm me up here.
All right. So the other day on Twitter, I will lay out my discovery of all of this. I saw that one of the trending things on Twitter was hashtag selfies for Nash. So I clicked on it, and what do I find, Toby? But I find tons and tons, hundreds and thousands of pictures of young girls, teenage girls, taking selfies. Very pretty girls, mind you, taking selfies. And, like, most of them adding some guy named Nash Greer.
Who? Okay.
Okay, so that was my first thing. I'm like, so I tweeted, at the time, who the hell is Nash Greer, and how has he tricked all these women into sending him selfies?
Okay.
So what I've gathered is that he's famous for being famous. He is apparently a Vine celebrity.
Oh, one of those assholes.
He's a Vine celebrity.
Oh, no.
Can I read you some choice quotes from his Twitter account and then his website?
Yeah.
Okay. His latest tweet is, I'm growing my hair out. Just the words, I'm growing my hair out. 4.3 thousand retweets and 11,000 stars so far. 11,000 likes. Peace out, New York, and he used the emoji for peace, like the hand sign. That has 6.1 thousand retweets. What It Do, Baby Boo has 7.8 thousand retweets. Where Are You Now That I Need You? All of his tweets are like the lyrics to a One Direction song.
Is he in One Direction?
I don't think he is. So here's the thing. I went to his website. So I searched for his name on Google. Here's what I found. Searching this again here. According to Wikipedia, Nash Greer is an American teenager who became nationally known in 2013 for his online Vine videos, which are usually 6 seconds long.
Isn't that a Vine? That's Vine's thing, though.
That's how. It's, yeah. So clearly, Wikipedia doesn't understand Vine. But you know what? I respect them for it. As of April 2014, he is the most popular user on Vine. Okay. And you go to his website. This will blow everyone's mind in the entire world. So go to nashgreer.com if you're aware.
I would prefer you don't plug assholes like this.
Okay, well, don't go there. Let me describe what I'm seeing. He bills himself as an actor and a social media phenom, Toby. He's like The Undertaker. He's a phenom.
I'll accept the second one more than the first one.
Okay. If you click on his website, the link that says gallery, if you ever wanted to see the largest collection of photos of a douchebag in the entire world, here it is. It's just him looking pensively at the sky over and over and over and over again.
Excellent.
I can't put into words the amount of douche that's happening right now.
I mean, this just sounds like too much.
He seems like a complete fuck, and there are so many pictures of him like being swarmed by girls when he's out in public and taking pictures with them as if he was a celebrity, when really he just put some videos on the internet.
Do you think that we could start like selfies for Toby or Josh, or like selfies for Geek Pop, or do we need to get more famous first?
I think we need to get a lot more. We need to start doing vines of like funny stuff. Like, my hair's messed up today. Wink. And step one, we have to be cute, so we've already figured. He's young, and he's attractive, and he looks like he should be in one direction. We've lost the race before the race even began. We're old.
That is true.
We're funny, but we're ugly. The reason we're funny is because we're ugly, Toby.
We have faces for radio.
We had to develop our sense of humors as a coping mechanism to get girls because we weren't cute enough to get girls on our own. And you know that's true.
Why I'm so broken, because I'm not attractive.
Right. So Nash Greer here can climb a fucking tree, take a picture and put it on his website and get 1 million retweets. Yeah.
This world is fucked.
What a dick. This guy, I want to punch his stupid fucking face because he looks like such an asshole. And someone carried a camera around and took pictures of this dick walking around the street looking pensively at the sky. And he's like gonna parlay this into more success than you or I could ever dream of.
Fantastic. Fuck him.
Yeah. Fuck this guy. Fuck Nash. He's our new enemy.
Yep. Shots fired. Let's go.
Everyone go at him. We're going to go at him. He's going down.
We probably won't. He won't acknowledge us because we're not young, supple girls, but you know.
Who's supple?
I like that word. Josh, Ernesto wants to know, what is the stupidest thing we've ever done to impress a girl?
I don't try very hard to impress girls, to be fair. And you know that about me.
Oh, shit.
Toby, I'm really take it or leave it. We just talked about how I wouldn't jump into the water to save a girl. I wouldn't even wade into the water to save a girl for the most part. I'd be like, just kind of swim out on your own. Come on, just don't make me get wet. Come on.
I can't think of the dumbest one. I think the first one was when I decided in 4th grade that I should learn how to play the flute because a girl had a crush on played the flute.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I told you this one. Here's one. It's not dumb because it's a normal thing, but it went down in flames for me. The first time I really got a girl anything for Valentine's Day, I got her flowers and chocolate or something. And that night she ended up holding hands with the guy sitting beside me in the movies and then making out with him in my car while I was still there. So pretty successful Valentine's Day for Josh.
Yeah. So Josh helped people get together. Josh was the Cupid.
I was the social lubricant those two needed to really hit things off, Toby. No, turns out she was just a whore. Just a bad person.
Another stupid thing I tried to do to impress a girl was try to be nice to her mom when her mom was the one woman in Josh, pretty much the entire world that ever hated me. And she really hated me. I mean, and I always tried to be nice. And I was like, oh, hey, blah, 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 how are you? And
maybe you shouldn't speak nonsense words to her and she'd like you more. Hey, blah, 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 blah. It's a stupid friend of yours that doesn't even speak English.
Maybe I shouldn't have did things with her daughter in her house,
Maybe that's why she didn't like you. Hey,
no, she didn't like me before that happened.
Putting it together because she knew it was going to happen. She saw you. She saw the cut of your jib.
She smelled my scent the first time I walked in that house, and she was like, "This guy is nothing but trouble.
This
Get him
man
the fuck out of here."
And his Jinko jeans are going to deflower my poor daughter.
Him then. You know what? I had him then still.
Yep.
I'm 99% sure I still had him then.
See, I would if my daughter was dating a guy and he walked in with Jinko jeans, he would be my instant enemy. I would
love him so much. I would give him a high five and say, "You want to go smoke a bowl quick?
You want to go smoke a bowl before you rail my daughter? Yeah, let's do it. Yeah."
Hey guys, don't worry. I soundproofed her room, so now you guys, just close the door, go to town. I won't even hear it. Keep up the good work, Slick.
Give him the good work. You call him Slick, give him the old good job pat on the butt and send him off into a room.
I'll give him the double finger guns.
Pew pew. He walks out the door and he like looks over at you like kind of nervous, and you just finger gun him out the door.
Hit it once for me. Oh shit, I went too far.
Oh, was that too far? Was that it? Was that the line? Did I cross the line? Okay, good to know. Good to know, Jinko. See ya.
Josh, the final email for this week comes in from another new person, Tony.
Hello, Tony.
Thank you. He used to watch Overanalyzed by us. He enjoys the podcast, looks forward to episodes every week. Number 1, I mentioned that I used to play Disney Infinity. He wants to know if I enjoyed it or was just a collecting thing. The game itself was pretty boring. It was a collecting thing for a little bit until I realized that I had better things to do than collect Disney figures.
Tell him your friend code and shit, and you guys can like Disney together. That's how that works, right?
Well, it was on Xbox 360, so there's no friend code.
Oh, okay.
Also, my Xbox Live is expired.
Maybe you guys could smash fake toys together. That'd be cool.
That's how toys have sex.
Yeah.
That's how Mike Wisnowski and Boo are going to.
Which one's Boo?
Wait, I think the girl is Boo.
Oh, don't do that.
The big fuzzy guy. Mike and Sully.
Mike and Sully. I could see Mike and Sully like being an item. I mean, like they're like on a team together, right? Like they're essentially like cops together. Is that how that works?
Sure.
But, I mean, right? They go in and scare people together. They're on a team.
No one can see us, but my head is firmly planted in my hand right now. Just rolling my eyes at Josh.
I'm just saying, sometimes, a stake out, things get, I think one thing leads to another. Mike and Sully start banging.
He also wants to know if we're planning on watching any more movies or TV shows. We keep mentioning CSI Cyber, which will be awesome if we
gotta
did
do
it.
that. Yeah, we gotta do that.
Yeah, Josh and I have had weird conflicting schedules for the past couple weeks.
Yeah, this week has been pretty crazy, I think, for both of us. Because of it.
Yeah, so that's why we haven't done the extra stuff yet, but we are still going to do it. I mean, Josh, Fire Code just came out this week.
Fire Code? Is that the episode title?
Do you not remember you freaking the fuck out because it was called Fire Code?
No, Fire Sale.
Fire Code.
Fire Code.
Because you're like, oh, it's a code, get it?
Oh. I probably yelled about that.
I fucking hate you.
I've told you about my friend who's watching the show, and he texts me like quotes from our show. I don't remember any of them. I wash the show out of my brain, apparently, after we do it. I can't help it.
Josh, the thing I told you to look forward to, though, just so everyone can look forward to it, apparently Bow Wow, in order to hack things properly, has to rap while he's hacking.
Oh my god, you have to stop saying that out loud to me because I'm going to murder something. If you, I want to hurt something beautiful right now.
Type it on these keys. Just say, please, unlock the firewall. Drinks are down the hall, Mom. And then the IP's hacked.
and then he wrote a GUI to hack your IP address. Yeah. I was watching a movie just the other day, and they were yelling about email, and he was using a Gmail account, and they're like, we traced the IP to such and such. I'm like, no, you didn't. Just no.
Gmail actually tells you IPs, so you actually don't have to trace anything.
Yeah.
Just a little tip out there. Gmail will tell you all your IPs that you've ever been on. So,
but they didn't have access to his account. It was like they were like be doing some weird man-in-the-middle attack to figure out his IP address, and then from there, like they knew his exact address from his IP. Like, no, that's not how any of this works. I'm like that old lady on that Facebook commercial. Like, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. That's me.
I put this picture on my wall, and then Josh thumbtacks a picture onto the wall.
I unfriend you.
He also thanks us for reading the email. Josh, we're some of the funniest people ever, he said.
That's accurate. That's a real statement. That's true.
I'm sorry this episode probably wasn't that funny.
Toby, we told real life stories.
There's a lot of wrestling talk and me bitching about life.
Yeah, look, we essentially planned the worst episode in the history of episodes. You told a long-winded real life story, and then we talked about wrestling. I mean, this was
win.
This was the story most real to how we interact on a daily basis, and also the unfunniest.
So again, you can write us at cast@geek-pop.com.
I actually have a late breaking question as well, Toby, from a listener. Ross writes in and wants to know, since we live in similar yet distant parts of the country, you and I are geographically not in similar areas.
I don't like how I didn't get to vet this question.
Well, you don't get to vet every question, Toby, because I get to bring things to the table too, motherfucker.
Here comes the no fun police.
Wait, are you the no fun police or am I the no fun police?
You.
In this case, who are the cops?
I'm the cops.
Okay.
You're the no fun police.
Wait, I thought I was so you're the real cops and I'm the no fun police?
Yeah, you gotta get arrested for this tomfoolery and chicanery.
So, Toby, I will employ chicanery anytime I want.
I'm actually just impressed I said that word right.
Me too.
Like, first try.
Chicanery. The question, Toby, being though, back to important matters.
Okay.
Since we are in different parts of the country, how do you refer to carbonated beverages, as it were? Is it soda? Is it pop? Is it soda pop? Is it Coke? What's the terminology?
We roll soda here.
You guys roll soda?
Yes.
See, we are in Indiana. I feel like is the melting pot of things to refer to soda as. So I know like my family usually just calls everything a Coke. Like, hey, I want a Coke, and it's like, oh, okay, what kind? A Sprite. Like that's a reasonable interaction to have, which is insane when you think about it. And like if I order a Diet Coke and the waitress is like, is Pepsi okay? And I have to say, yeah, like that's an annoying interaction. Like, well, of course it's all right. Like, duh. Like, but I think I say soda. I think is what I go with, my personal.
We are very brand specific. So it's Coke or Pepsi or Dr. Pepper or whatever.
Yeah.
It's never a cola. Or if I say I want a Coke, it doesn't mean I want a fucking Pepsi. It means I want a fucking Coke.
Yeah, and that's not how like, and I feel like it's maybe more of like a country-ish kind of rednecky thing to call everything a Coke, but it comes exactly from like the same place that calling everything a Kleenex is, you know? It's just like that's the thing. It's become the default, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, people who say soda pop, I get irrationally angry.
Okay.
At soda pop because
I can get behind this. Let's go.
Because here's the thing, Toby. Both of those words mean what you're trying to refer to. You only need one. I'm okay with soda. I'm okay with pop. Soda pop is dumb.
That's almost like a little like rap song. I'm okay with soda. I'm okay with pop. Soda pop dumb.
And then I could have hacked an IP right then and there. It's all I needed.
See, we're fucking getting ready for the show, man. We're getting ready for the show.
I'm gonna get so mean when we watch CSI Fire Sale, whatever it is.
This is the prediction of what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows now, it's not even a prediction. This is what I know is going to happen. I'm gonna be so fucking excited to watch this show. Josh is gonna start shitting on it in the first 5 or 10 minutes.
Yep.
And Josh and I are gonna argue for the next 30 minutes of every episode.
Honestly, the thing I'm really worried about is that it makes me so mad I get mean to you. Like, I get, like, really, like, personal attacky about you.
But, I mean, there's nothing else you can really, you can't yell at the TV show.
No. So here's my attack angle. I'm yelling at you for liking any CSI is where I'm gonna go. You're gonna get completely derided as a person. It's gonna happen. It's gonna go down.
I can't wait. It's like when I used to like it. Josh used to make me feel bad about myself.
And I don't want to do that, Toby. I want to lift you up. I want to be your Flavor Flav, but I'm a weak man. And if you make me watch CSI Cyber, you're gonna get yelled at, I think.
So if you want to yell at us too, it's cast@geek-pop.com. Josh, we also have another new iTunes rating this week.
Woo!
Because we are on iTunes, and we like when people who listen to the show subscribe to us on iTunes and give us 5-star ratings and reviews, because it makes us seem popular. And that's all we've ever wanted to be.
It's
just
popular?
Fake popular.
I've wanted to be like a meatball before, but I mean, popular is okay too.
I'm a meatball, bouncing around, bubbity bubbity. I'm a meatball. Josh, that's some Philly punk rock for you right there.
I thought you were trying to hack an IP again. I didn't know what was happening.
No, it's a real song.
Oh, I heard a song the other day about a girl not eating the crust of her pizza, and it was awesome.
I play a song all the time about girls texting on their cell phone all the time.
It's also good.
Because it's the funniest fucking song ever.
Go on about whatever we were talking about, though.
Okay,
iTunes ratings.
So iTunes ratings, reviews, you want to get on there. Ryan Fiedler.
Ryan Fiedler on the roof.
Fiedler on the roof says, chemistry between the two hosts is great. He is glad he found us, and he's looking forward to more shows.
Does it worry you when people say that we have chemistry?
No, because like Josh and I established a long time ago already, he's pretty much like my friend wife.
Yeah.
Where we just accept each other for our faults.
Sure.
We lash out sometimes. But we just know each other. We were about to sing the same stupid fucking song like 30 minutes ago.
I do. That's maybe my favorite moment of the show so far is us both launching into that song. I think we established yesterday that we were in the longest, most committed relationship we've ever had. Or at least me.
Yeah, I've been dating Josh for like 5 or 6 years now.
5 years, yeah.
It's been a long ride.
It has, yeah.
So again, you can write us at cast@geek-pop if you want to. You can find Josh during the week
at Josh Tastrophe on Twitter.
You can find me at Girls Heart Geeks on Twitter. And once again, I'm Toby.
And I'm Josh.
Leads.
Gone.
Boom.
You gotta stop.
Gotta stop.
You're something.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
You're a real piece of shit. You know that?
You gotta keep stop doing that.
It's fun to say now.
Why?
It's because I like calling you a piece of shit.
Does that seem like a nice thing to do to your friend?
I mean, do we do nice things to each other very often?
I try to all the time, and you just fucking shit it down like
Name
this.
the last time you did something nice to me.
I didn't make fun of you for fucking up at work.
Fair enough. I take it back. I take everything back. Oh God, please be my friend.